welcome back to the studio. With that match, we say goodbye to our defending New Eden Open champions. Asina Thomas team are out.
Yeah, that means the field is now wide open. We kind of probably, I don't think anyone would have suggested that Asina Thomas was the kind of number one most likely team to win the tournament, but we all consider them to be definitely contenders for a repeat.
Definitely.
And now we know for sure that the New Eden Open is going to have a different winner than the first one.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
No two-time champions in
Not
New
yet.
Eden Open, not yet.
Maybe for New Eden Open 3, whoever wins here can win again.
Yes. So that's pretty good. We have the stats for this match. We're going to get them up on the screen right now. So
Stratioses.
Stratioses.
Such an interesting choice. I mean, those kind of coming in at 12 points, they're kind of filling the role that we've seen other teams use Astartes or some, a command ship or a Tech 3 cruiser, and these are cheaper by 4 points, which opens up a little bit more flexibility for the rest of your team, but has a lot of the same advantages. It doesn't give up quite as much as a normal Tech 1 cruiser would because of having that resist bonus and having all those mid slots.
They did really well as well.
Yeah.
They served their purpose perfectly, to be honest. I didn't expect them to put up such a good screen, to be honest. But we can also argue that wrong primary choices by Asina Thomas team is kind of what
you can, but it's another one of those situations where those bad choices are heavily dictated by Homo sapiens. I mean, it's not necessarily that Asina Thomas saw the setup and thought the EOS is the best target for us. It may have been that, like Fozzie was saying during the match, that they would have wanted to get all the way to the logistics and just weren't able to because of getting blocked by the EOS and the Stratioses, and then they had to switch priorities on the fly.
And if you're choosing between the Stratios and the EOS for first primary, EOS is definitely what I would pick.
Yeah.
I mean, because the EOS is going to be doing more damage, it's having the links, and its tank. The tanks aren't going to be actually all that different.
No,
more hit points on the EOS, but the resists are going to be similar.
Right.
And so it was a fine choice in that. If you didn't, the option probably would have been to go with the Vexers, which may have reduced the damage enough to allow them to tank.
Right.
But obviously, they didn't make that choice.
Yep.
So we're actually a little bit behind schedule because of the delay before that match. So we're going to jump into talking about the next match right now. That is Providence Wizards versus Last Huzzah. We'll see if the Wizards can cast any more confusion spells on their enemy in this upcoming match. The bans for that match is the Wizards banned out the Sleipnir and the Dominics, and Last Huzzah banned out the Ishtar and the Golem. So pretty standard.
Very common bans.
Yes.
Yeah. It's hard to really say what that kind of represents at all from the setups. Interestingly, the Last Huzzah guys didn't ban out Sentinels, which were such a key part of the previous Wizards team. So we'll have to see. Maybe they figured that they can get around that by either bringing drones or missiles, something that's not vulnerable to that tracking disruption anymore.
Yeah.
I continue to think this Golem ban is kind of interesting. I'd be really happy to see a Golem setup do really well. And
they haven't.
Not really. And I'd also like to kind of go through and look at what people are bringing when they ban golems. There's definitely this, I can understand the threat if you're bringing a team with something like support cruisers that are doing a lot of disruption, Celestis or something like that, that the golem would be a big concern. But haven't actually kind of looked to see if that's been the case, that the golem ban always shows up when teams are bringing that kind of setup. But I wonder what it says here. If Last Huzzah is banning the golem, does that mean anything about what the other team can expect to run into? Providence.
Ishtar Golem are two ships, especially with the Dominics also gone, that are going to be really good at killing logistics cruisers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just as simple as that, just protecting your logistics.
Could be.
We'll see, I guess.
But I did see a question in Twitch chat earlier, which was, what? You can bet on EVE tournaments? And yes, you can. So EVE-bet.com actually has a betting service for ISK.
Yep. Keep in mind that is a player-run one.
That is a player-run
We
one.
don't do the betting ourselves, but there's a bunch of players. Like in everything in EVE, players make a lot of really great products and just do a lot of stuff around all of our events, make great services and great websites, and this is continuing here.
Yep. So you can head over there and bet for ISK. There's also a site called goimba.com that is offering free betting if you don't have any ISK or don't play EVE. Maybe you're just a new person that just stumbled upon the stream and decided, hey, I really I'm getting into this. I wanna bet a little bit on the side here. So head over there if you want to bet for free.
And as long as we're recommending player-made tournament-related sites, definitely check out null-sec.com.
Yes,
a lot
that
of
is
really
an amazing
good,
site.
just an informational site, shows the brackets, shows the history of all the setups. A lot of really good stuff there to
As
check
a
out.
3D match viewer, you can actually
Yep.
watch
Yeah.
replays of the match.
Also, community.emonline.com/thenewonopen. Find it there. There are team profiles. You can learn a little bit more about some of the teams. You can look at the brackets that are awesome, web team made, and so on. But the match is ready, so let's get our predictions in and try and catch up to our schedule. CCP Rise, what is your prediction for this match?
I'm going with Last Huzzah in this match.
I have been surprised with the Providence Wizards. I didn't expect them to do great. They've really, really exceeded my expectations. I think they're going to continue to do that. I'm going to go with them. Providence Wizards.
I am going to agree with CCP Rise on this one and go with Last Huzzah.
Breaking my heart, man. Breaking my heart.